I'm going to start with Navistar this morning. And you may not know their brand, but I feel pretty confident that when you've been on the road, you may have seen their product. So they are manufacturers of big trucks, your school buses, and a lot of large-scale engines. And they have had a long-term relationship with us, really bringing a fantastic solution to the market. They have a long history. They were founded back in 1902 with that cool-looking truck you see there on the left. And they actually have a history of farming equipment that takes them all the way back to 1832. To give you a little bit of a feel of what Navistar is like today, let's roll some video. Some pyrotechnics, smoke to come out with me, but nobody was really into that. So you're stuck with just the next slide, which is going to talk about their business. And specifically, they were trying to solve 4 different things when they started working with Invoca. One, you can imagine with trucks and buses and engines, there were 3 very, very different lines of business that had 3 very different buying personas that were trying to acquire those products. So very different ways to get to market. They also deliver their product as a manufacturer by more than 900 dealers across the US and abroad. And that made for a very decentralized way in which they're sending those leads out to those potential dealers. They also have different sales and marketing teams across each of the different product lines. And really, we're looking for a way to consolidate the data in the way that they could. This is their dealer network, how it looks today. And we're going to introduce now Ms. Roslyn Finn to come up and take you through a little more information about them as a company and how they do business today. Please help me welcome Roz.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Santa Barbara, right? It's so beautiful. Thank you, Kathy, for the great intro. And didn't our company do a great job with that video? It's so amazing. I would like to say I do that, but I didn't create that one. So we had some very, what you would call probably rudimentary problems. I run our websites, as well as all the digital media. We were looking to solve what exactly we were doing, really. Very easy call tracking, right? We needed to know what we were driving to our dealerships specifically. Having 900 locations across the US and Canada, we needed to know if the customers were having a good experience, what exactly that looked like, do it at scale. We had to reduce our manual process. What we were doing was putting a specific script on every website that we had that was click to call. Then we'd manually pull that data out of Google Analytics, and I'd back into some numbers, some really rough numbers. We all do that, right, in marketing? We also needed to solve the one-to-many structure. So we had 3 different websites, but the customers were in all those websites. They would buy parts, they would buy trucks, they'd buy used trucks. So we needed to know what part of the path that customer was in. And we needed to do it at scale. 900 dealerships, we needed to have that data. Our dealers, they don't have to share data with us. They don't have to give us anything because they're franchised. So we chose Invoca with a multi-destination. So with this software, it changed the game for us. We were manually going through and spot checking our customers' experience. We would call a dealership as a marketing team and our dealer operations. We would go through and spot check them by just calling the dealership itself and seeing how that customer experience looked. We didn't understand what was actually going on there. So what we were hoping to discover as marketers is that we were driving all these sales. Everyone's calling the dealership to buy a truck. Who doesn't buy a $150,000 truck on one phone call, right? But what we actually found out, 80% of our calls were service. Still good, that's good. We get sales from service. But 60% of those, they were on hold for more than 9 minutes. Could you imagine waiting on a phone for 9 minutes when you're in service? You broke down the side of the road in a big truck, hauling a lot of load, and you have to get where you're going really quick. but you're on hold for 9 minutes. Ironically, a lot of those just hung up and they were gone. So really quickly, it changed the way we did business internally, really quickly. We were able to take that data as a marketing team and show that we know we're driving a lot of calls, almost 20,000 a month, but most of those are dropping off and our customers aren't even getting taken care of. So we actually, as a business, broke down silos across our company. We were able to actually use a dealer diamond program, which all of you are probably familiar with. It's a partnership. They get a badge on the website. They're supposed to be the best dealer you can get, right? So they're now using Invoca, a dealer operations team is now using Invoca, scoring those calls and going through each dealership. And if they have too many of those calls that aren't getting taken care of, they get degraded from that program. Of course, also the integrations that changed everything also. So marketing spend, what we all want, we want more budget. We want to show success and ROI. So we were driving a higher amount of calls to dealerships. That was the first one we wanted to solve, and we solved it. We know we're doing it. We had a huge impact on the buying decision. I work in an industry that's very old. They thought, good old handshake, and they buy a truck, and those customers aren't online. We proved that 90% of our customers are online. Invoca data allowed us to optimize that spend. The bread and butter of Invoca, right? This is what it's for. You can optimize your money across those calls that are really driving insights. And over the partnership, we've been able to increase our spend by 300% year over year. Thank you. What's really cool, though, is as an enterprise, we've changed. Before, we were that good old trucking company that worried about our brand recognition and awareness, great big billboards and really fancy videos. But what we really need to focus on is how we drive those sales as a marketing team. How are we taking care of our sales team? And that's changing. We began a digital transformation during this time. We had a MarTech stack that was like a Ferrari. We had a great, beautiful stack, but we were missing something. Invoca was our gas. It got us going. Everybody understood it. It was easy to explain to those that don't know digital. So now we're a data-driven team, which is wonderful, and happy to announce that our entire marketing team and now has KPIs for 2020. We've actually changed our organization in the way that we work. I'm going to hand this off to Kathy. Thank you all very much for having me. Let me know if you have any questions later.